Are you struggling to understand native speakers because words mysteriously seem to disappear in real conversations? I understand. This video reveals some of the reasons behind this phenomenon and words you absolutely need to know in order to understand native speakers today. Hello there. Welcome to another video made by me, La Mexicanita. Let's delve into our subject matter. So languages are meant to be efficient. That's one of the basic principles in linguistics. Efficiency, economy. Now, why is this important? Because native speakers will tend to shorten sounds, shorten expressions, make them easier to pronounce, to use. Take, for example, English. What you doing? What are you doing? I mean, it's basically the same thing. This confuses English learners, but it's an example of ways to shorten a phrase. In Spanish, it's pretty much the same thing. Speed, shortening of phonetic structures, and slang are the most common reasons why you'd have trouble understanding native speakers. However, today we'll focus on the art of abbreviation. Native speakers are pros at turning long words into short syllables. English, for instance, does the same. Bike, bicycle. Well, in Spanish, we have bici, bicicleta, profe, profesor. So, it's not that you're bad at Spanish, you are just being outpaced by language efficiency. So, let's put this to the test. Let's read the following story. Can you find some of these shortened words in our example? Read the story. You can pause. Try to find any shortened word here. Hoy era mi cumple y juré que iba a ser tranqui. Me levanté tarde, abrí el refri, vacío. Ni pastel, ni leche, ni ganas de ser adulto. Entonces agarré mi bici y fui por algo dulce. En el camino me encontré a mi profe de la uni. Sí, justo hoy. Y me dijo, ¿ya entregaste el trabajo? Y yo, profe, es mi cumple, porfa. Al final terminé viendo la tele con mi perro, comiendo pastel directo de la caja. Tranqui, sí, pero con estilo. So let's go ahead and go over the words one by one. I'll first highlight them, or probably just in bold, and I'll give you a couple of seconds to think. What do you think cumple actually means? Well, cumpleaños, birthday. So it's kind of like B-day, cumple, cumpleaños. The next word, tranqui. What do you think it means? Tranquilo, calm, tranquil. I thought it was just going to be a day off, having fun. Next word. What do you think it means? Refrigerador. This is like in English, fridge, refrigerator, refri. Notice that the gender stays the same. So if refrigerator is el refrigerador, refri would be the same, el refrigerador. Let's move on. So there was no cake, no milk, and I didn't feel like being an adult that day. So agarré mi bici. I took this one's easy, bicicleta, and went for something sweet. I tried to buy something on my birthday, something that I crave for. Next word. En el camino, on the way, me encontré a mi, I also gave you this answer, profesor de la uni. Next one. Well, here we have uni is universidad, university, college. Yes, today, and he told me, ¿ya entregaste el trabajo? Did you turn in your paper? And I said, profe, es mi cumple. So again, and porfa, which is por favor, as in please. But we say this a lot, like, ay, porfa, porfa. Al final, terminé viendo la tele con mi perro. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there are familiarized with this one. Televisión con mi perro comiendo pastel directo de la caja. Tranqui, again, pero con estilo. So, was that hard? I'll give you another set of words without context and see if you can guess what they actually mean. Okay, so we have secu, prepa, mate, cel, compu, info. Can you guess? Well, as you can see, sometimes it's a little hard to figure out what the word actually means if you don't have a sentence to put it in. Context is key, and that's one of the reasons why learning these sort of words really helps when you're actually putting them somewhere in a word, in a phrase, in a conversation. So let's go one by one. First of all, secu would be secundaria in Spanish. And this is después de la primaria. So we have elementary school, and the 3 years after in Mexico are called secundaria or secu. Now, again, it's a, so it's la secundaria. So in this case, we would say la secu. Example, cuando iba a la secu, era muy desastrosa. So yes, I was a little bit chaotic back then. But anyway, so secu, secundaria. After elementary, so primaria, we have secundaria, and then the next 3 years before college is actually called prepa. So, and this is actually preparatoria. So they're like preparing you for college or for a professional degree. Preparatoria. La preparatoria. Now, mate would be a subject. Can you guess which one it is? Matemáticas. So basically math. So what about tech? Of course, we have shortened words. Cel, think of a word, well, celular, which would be cell phone. Compu is computadora. Again, la computadora, so then it's la compu. And then finally, info is información, information. So you see how this actually works? It's just a word, you cut off some letters, and then you end up with secu, profe, prepa, uni. That's why it's so hard to understand native speakers, because we use this every single day. Now, you want to put this into practice? Click on the link below and you'll find some exercise attached to this video. Please share, because I have a lot of more information on how to understand native Spanish and Mexican speakers. Bye for now.